And then on this side, which is the north side, we have the Renaissance and Baroque and Rococo north of the Alps. So you get sort of a geographical divide. And that's not just a random decision. There were different things happening north of the Alps than were happening south of the Alps. South of the Alps, during the Renaissance, there was a real focus on the revival of the classical period. So the Greek and Roman Golden Age was revived, first through text, through translations and the discovery of ancient texts, and then through the visual arts, which sort of served as a template for this new style of art called Renaissance art, which was all about symmetry and balance and order. And in the north, there's a little bit of a different outlook. I would say the Renaissance doesn't happen until a little bit later. It happens in a different way. Medieval traditions last much longer in the north, so there's a different clientele. And then when you get to the Baroque period in the north, of course you have the Protestant Reformation sweeping through in a way that didn't happen in Italy. So there are different political, social, and economic situations in both as well. So again, north of the Alps, south of the Alps, and really we've got a great variety of objects to share with our audience. We have things, art objects that are made out of marble, that are oils on panel, tempera on panel. We've even got a fresco fragment, which is not necessarily something that you encounter in every museum, especially every regional museum. Fresco, again, was a technique that was used in the ancient world, but was revived during the Renaissance. When we think about frescoes, think about Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, and think about Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel. Those were done in fresco. Some of the great iconic works of the Renaissance in Italy were done this way. Those are attached to buildings, and those are attached to walls and to ceilings that are in situ, that are in the place. So you got to get on a plane to see those. This one was somewhat portable because of the size, but it was actually detached from the wall, set into this framework, and it dates from about the 1480s or the 1490s. So we're talking about a late 15th century fresco. Probably had its origins in Florence, and it shows St. John the Baptist, and it probably actually was part of a broader series of figures. So you can imagine an architectural setting of a pointed arch or a vaulted row, sort of an aisle or a colonnade within a church or a domestic space. And St. John was one of maybe several figures that would have been venerated. The main focus of art in this period is religious art. So the church was a huge patron of the arts. People were encountering spiritual and devotional images on their way to work, in the streets, in the churches that they passed, in the Renaissance cities that they were living in. So it was part of the culture engaging with these images. Now we sort of have to recreate that. Our experience